Welcome to another edition of Norton Heat. And today we have two special guests. And I'm looking at this short little guy next to me here, and I feel short, and that doesn't happen very often. So Alain Cormier is here, and Alain Ouellette is here, and we're going to talk about City Glass. And you're celebrating something this year.
Yes, we're celebrating 50 years in the Bathurst area.
So 50 years in the Bathurst area. So over the 50, you haven't owned this business for 50 years, and that's why we have this tall gentleman with us today. And we got to talk about this because when he walked in, Alan felt a little bit short, so he figured he'd grow a couple of feet, so that's what happened. So you make me feel short. That's great. But there's a family tie because your father was involved as one of the founders of City Glass. Wasn't in this building, though.
No.
Where did that start?
It started on Sunset off of Alexandra.
Oh, yeah, okay. I remember it now. Yeah.
And then it went to Sunset, where I think it's a salon here.
Yes, exactly. That building still exists. Yeah.
So they had bought, it was a camp upriver. Well, it was a bunch of camps. I think it was off of the Rogers Lakes cluster or whatever. And the company was selling the camps off. So it was a building probably about 16 by 30. And they moved it in the back of Alexander. There was a piece of property back there that they rented, and they moved it back there, and that's where we started the City Glass.
So, 50 years in business, celebrating that this year. It's been through 3 or 4 ownerships, Alain?
Cormier and Ron Sear started off, if I'm not mistaken, in 1970.
Okay.
In 91, Tiga retired. And then Ron Sear sold to Morley in 98, and I purchased it in 2004. So this year's going to be 16 years for myself being owner here. And so we're up to 50 years for the company.
Yeah. So one of the things, and we focus on this, and we talked about this last week too when I had an interview with Michel Godin from Leon's, is succession planning, right? So in some cases we have families that follow through, and you've got this young man that has stayed as an anchor with you all the way through. But it's consistency, right? So you keep somebody that's been into the business, but you've got more than Alan here that's been here for a few years.
I've got numerous employees that have dedicated most of their careers to City Glass. I've got Richard with 26 years. I've got Alain with around 35. I've got Louise with over 21. So it makes you look at expertise that City Glass has combined. That's why when I first started, I wasn't scared. It was a team effort. All along, we've been helping each other out. I've always been a team guy, and without them, it doesn't really work.
So you bring this team and expertise and foundation and people that are inside a company, and that adds to another part of this whole story. It's the fact that, you don't have to be a big, large corporation. You've got, this is a small, business, but you're based in the Chaleur region, but Chaleur region isn't your only market here. I think you go a little bit further than that.
No, the Chaleur region is quite central to New Brunswick for us. Within a few hours, we're down to Moncton. We can reach all parts of New Brunswick. We have teams that go all over New Brunswick. When I first bought, Morley was just going locally. They were going within an hour. But I guess when I seen the opportunities, and Richard seen the opportunities, and we had some guys that didn't mind going outside of town, so we opened it up to the borders of New Brunswick. So from there we grew when I bought from 7 employees. We went up to 21. Now we're back down to around 18 at our full peak during the seasons. So
New Brunswick, is it, or do you go beyond that?
We go once in a while to PEI in Nova Scotia.
Okay.
But New Brunswick is big enough for us, and we can find enough projects. So we go get some projects in Moncton, Fredericton, in the area, and we get the guys working.
Good to see you're competing against the boys in Moncton. I don't mean to say anything bad, but it's always, we were talking about the south and the north, and we talked about it a while ago too. We're centrally located.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're here, within 3 hours, 3.5 hours, you've hit any of the major cities in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
No different than Moncton, but Moncton have maybe a little bit further if they go to Edmundston. So
Exactly, yeah.
we might have a leg up, and we need to be able to boast about that. And it's true. So you've evolved. The company has evolved over the years. You've grown the geographical area, but you've also grown the business because you've added on another component to this business also.
Morley had started with the garage doors, and we've been working hard at it for the last 15 years, and we grew that to a good part of the market. In 2015, I seen the chance to segregate the windshield part, which we were doing windshields here, which we need for our commercial glass now. So we separated the windshield part, and we're able to grow the commercial side and the garage door side to replace those numbers.
Excellent. And now you've got another location just up the road here with Speedy.
Celebrating 5 years this year with Speedy.
So it's growing. And again, demonstrating that we can do that in a regional area. We can do that in a Schiller region. And we can take a business for 50 years and being able to employ, 18, 20 people through that period of time. So I want to thank both of you. I want to thank you because you were part of the original family that started this. And thank you, Alain, for keeping that momentum going and helping grow that business. And that's what it's all about. And there we are with another edition of Northern Heat. If you like what's going on here, you like what these guys are doing, share and like this. And let people know that we have some stuff going on in Northern New Brunswick.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.